Hello, hello, hello. I am going to hang on just for a minute to see if anybody comes to join me. Hopefully. Oh, there's somebody there. Hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. There we go. I'm bang on time, so I'll give it a couple more minutes. And then I've got really just so much to look at. I can't even begin. Hi, Alison. Hi, Vanessa. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's a bit cozy, isn't it? I'm ever so warm. So, hi, Lucy. Hi, David. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Jane. Oh, lovely. Give it just another minute or so, and then I'll get going. Hi, Jackie. I hope everybody's staying hydrated. Hi, Arwen. Because it is warm. Hi, Julie. Hi, other Julie. Hi, Di. Oh, there we are. And just a few more seconds, and I'll get into it. Because I have got lots of lovely goodies to show you. So I want to make sure I've got time to show you them. Okay. Oh, I don't blame you, Dave. I've got my fan on and I hope it's not going to mess up the recording, but it's so warm. It's so warm. Hi, Alison. Oh, 22. That's nice. That's very nice. I'd quite like it if it's 22 here. I'm not sure what we're at the moment. We're at Cozy. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad you can't hear it. Okay, well, I'm going to crack on because I've got loads to show you. These are on my desk because I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them in some of the things I'm doing. So I don't know if you saw them, but these are the new, the latest release by Ellie Marks. And if you look her up on Facebook and Instagram, she's an amazing artist. She is really, really, really something special. So there we go. So that's those stamps. I'm going to put them to the side. I'm going to use some other stamps as well, which I'll show you as I go along. But I have goodies to show you. I'm trying to think which ones to show you first because there's loads. I'll show you these first because these are quick and easy. These are little dewdrops, and I think there are bundle offers tonight. If you buy, I think it's a 24-hour offer, and yeah. So these are a bundle, and they come in this lovely aqua blue colour. Let me pop those back in there. I didn't think about that, did I? Hi, Jenny. Hi, Mandy. And there's the yellow. And the green. And the red. And the clear. So there are five colours altogether. And don't forget, if you want to change the colour of them, you can use alcohol inks You can use your waxes on them. You can do all kinds of things with them if you want to, you know, do something a little bit different to just the beautiful colours that they are. So that's those. There's another bundle. Let me get these of stickles, and I have been a bit organised and done some. I've splattered them out a bit. So there's silver stardust, which has got sort of like an aurora borealis thing going on, and
Mum is calling.
icicle. My mum is calling, and icicle. Bear with me a minute. Alexa, answer. Hi, Mum, I'm live at the moment. Is it okay if I phone you back?
Yeah, okay then. Yeah,
okay. All right, I'll speak to you in a bit.
Bye.
Love you, Mum.
Bye. Bye, love you.
So the icicle has got more of a goldy fleck in it, and the gold is gold, and the wine cellar is a really nice red. It's a real Christmas red, that one, and then holly is a green, and it's got little tiny bits of red in it as well. So those are the stickles that are in a bundle. So that's that. And then super exciting stuff is that Art Inspirations are now, I had these all nicely organised, but I've had a little craft lunch. Art Inspirations have started doing embossing powders, their own embossing powders. And there's a sparkly bunch, and there's a back to basics bunch. So let me show you. So the sparkles, this is silver. Hopefully you can see how sparkly they are. They are super sparkly. There's gold. And again, it's just really sparkly. And there's a little bit of texture to these because that's what creates their sparkle. So, and there's clear sparkle. Now, the clear sparkle is actually the smoothest textured of all of them. But I think that would be great on all kinds of things, just to add a little something. This blue is amazing. This is blue, and that's really sparkly. And then this one is white silver, and it's got that white and silver in there. So they are rather good. They are so, I mean, the camera doesn't really do them justice. They are so sparkly. I've used one of the Art Inspiration stencils and the sparkle embossing powder. You know, I've just put Versamark through the stencil and then put the powder on there. And it's, I wish I could show you how sparkly they are, because they are, I've been looking like a fairy in the house because I'm just covered in sparkly stuff because I've just been playing around with the fan on, and yeah, very sparkly. And on here I've sprinkled some onto some gesso, and that's just that's again the sparkly gold. Oh, come on, I wish you could see it. But yeah, super sparkly. If you like sparkly things, you will love them. They're like, they're as sparkly as the stickles. I kid you not. They are that sparkly. So I'll put those out of the way. And then we've got the Back to Basics kit or set. And that's the ultra fine clear. And it's really, really fine. I guess that's why it's called ultra fine, Rachel. Oh, yes. And then Mirror Gold, which is lovely. And Classic White, which again, really useful little set of basics. And the black is really fine. So you're going to be able to, if you like embossing your stamped images, this black will work as well as any clear that you might have used. It's, you know, it's really fine. And then there's the silver. So that is that. I think, is that everything? That's everything. Yes, it is. I'm going to use the inks tonight. So we've got the Art Inspirations Vivid inks. So let me get my little swatch for them, which I know where it is this time. I haven't lost it this time. So there's By Jove Blue, Perfect Purple, Yummy Yellow, Vivid ink. It's this Popping Pink, sorry, and Lippy Lime. So those are the inks. I'm going to be using those as well. And I think that might be everything. There's stamps and stencils and things I'm going to use as I go along. But I'll tell you what they are as I go, so I can get moving. Arwen, this Perfect Purple is really beautiful. It's really beautiful. Right, so I'm using, this is a piece of Pink Frog watercolor card, because I'm going to do a few little techniques with the inks. And I've used, this was Super Smooth that I've used, and this is the watercolor. And I just found for some of the techniques, the watercolor gave me more definition. It's not better or worse. They both do nice things, but I found that I got better definition with the watercolor card. So I'm going to use that to show you some techniques, and I'm going to create a background, because I know lots of people like to know about that. So that's what I'm going to do. If you're wondering what this is a silicone cooking sheet off of the store that everybody gets things delivered from, and yeah, super cheap and really great for keeping things clean and tidy. So that is that's what's going on, and I better crack on, hadn't I, and actually do something. So I'm going to start by doing a little bit of stamping first. I'm just using this is a Tim Holtz stamp, but I wanted a scripty type stamp, and I'm going to use Versifying Claire in Portobello, which is my latest. Hi Stephanie, nice to see you too. Hi Diane, hi Val, hi Sarah, hi Angela. Yeah, so I'm using Portobello, which is my new go-to. I'm using this instead of black at the moment, and I'm really loving the effect of it instead of black. I'll show you. This is one of the toppers I've done for one of the things we're going to do tonight, and I love how it stamps. It's just not as stark as the there you go. There's another one here. It's not as stark as the black, and I really like that. I really I'm enjoying it. I'm a bit obsessed with it at the moment. So I'm using a VersaFine Clair ink pad because we're going to be putting loads of water and ink and things on this piece of paper. So I need to use an ink pad that's not going to just disappear. So I'm just using, you can use any sort of stamp you've got really that's got a bit of text on it, or maybe some numbers, just adding a little bit of interest. And I've stamped now several times. There we go. I'm going to get every last little drop of ink off there, and I'm going to do just another little bit of darker ink, just so it's not completely on its own there. There. So this is how I start most of my backgrounds. Not all of them, but most of them. Right, where's my cloth gone? Because I need my cloth. Yeah, it does, Stephanie. I really, really like it. Oh, they're gorgeous colours, Jenny. They are gorgeous. Right, so I've done that, which I'm really happy about. And then let's use the white embossing powder because it's really nice and super fine, which means I'm going to have to turn my fan off just briefly. So I'll do that in a minute because I'm not looking forward to that. I'm just looking for I just want another stamp or a stencil maybe that I like the look of. Bear with me, I'm just having a faff. I do apologise, but sometimes you need a faff. That's not what I want. What have I got over here on my desk? I've got to have something on my desk, haven't I? Oh, I have. Okay. Right, because I just want something small. There we go. I'm just going to use this. This is just a little stencil, and it's from the the Stampers Anonymous ones with the clear stamps. Oh, Rachel, what have you done? We'll pretend we wanted that there. Oh dear me. Oh, that was a real accident. I really meant to use my embossing pad, but now I've done this, I need to continue a little bit, because otherwise, might as well go with it. I had my happy accident and all that. Right, so I'm going to leave that like that. That wasn't intended, but it's happened. And I'm just cleaning the stencil off a minute, because I'm going to now do what I wanted to do. Oh, let's grab some Versamark even. Bit of Versamark, and I'm just going through that stencil. And this could be any stencil, but I just didn't want anything too big. There we go. So that'll do. I'm going to put that stencil in it. bowl down beside me, turn my fan off, and put some of this beautiful fine white embossing powder on here. Okay, there we are. It's really beautifully fine. Right, I think I've covered all the bits I needed to cover. Didn't want to get it on that. Yes, that's lovely. So I'm now going to pop this back in the pot and get the fan back on. Oopsie daisy, craft a lunch. It's okay, don't panic. It's just a little pot of paints that was on my side, but they've got lids on. We're good. Yes, get the butterflies on standby. No, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. This is just the very beginning, so we are all good. So let's just get this embossing powder cooked. This embossing powder cooked, and then we can start to use the inks. It really is beautifully fine. There we go, nearly done. Takes a little bit longer on watercolour paper to do this. I'm not sure why. It is a little thicker, so whether it all needs to heat up, I'm not sure. But there we go. We are done. So now let's get inky. Oh, the best bit. I love getting inky. Right, I'm going to spray with water first. Get a good bit of water on there first. And then I'm going to start with the yellow. And you don't, I mean, I've been using these to mess about with and do all kinds of things. And they really, you don't need that much of them. It does go a very long way. I'm going to add a bit more water here because the colours are so strong. You can really water them down a lot. Right, let's add, I want the blue, the By Jove blue. That's what I want. I want to get a good bit of colour on here because I'm going to do some, what am I going to do? I'm going to do some colour lifting. So I need to get a good bit of colour on here in order to lift it off, which sounds a bit bonkers, doesn't it? But it works. And there's the purple going on. just stick a bit more pink in there because I really need to see a bit more pink. Lovely. And then let's spray again. So it's quite messy. There is no getting away from that, I'm afraid. But it is a lot of fun. Right. Oh, that's looking good. A bit more pink. There we go. Right, now I want some paper to take some of this ink because I don't want to waste it really. And we'll be able to get lots of prints from this as well. So let's do a little bit more water. Then I'm going to carefully pick this one up. There we go. That's it. It is very inky. But that's what we want. We want very inky. Right, well, I've got this on my desk. I'm going to pop a piece of paper on it because it would be a real shame to waste it, wouldn't it? I should have a pile of rice paper beside me, really, because I could get some amazing prints from that. Let's keep going. Oh, inky. Right, this is going to take me a really long time if I do all of this. So what I'm going to do is a bit sacrilegious, really. I'm going to wipe this for now. I do use my kitchen towel when it's covered in ink to do things, so it won't be completely wasted, but I'm just thinking of time. I want to show you lots of things, and I'm not going to be able to if I don't get on with it. Right, let's give this a try then. So you can see where we used the fine embossing powder. You can see we've got a nice little bit of resist there. Which I really like. There we go. That's drying nicely. I'm just going to take off a little bit of the excess. And the ideal thing with all of these things, hi Helen, it's a lot of ink because it goes on forever. You can dilute it and it goes on forever. We're nearly there. There we go. Come along, come along, come along. Because we want this dry to do the next bit. Right, that's dry enough for us. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my favourite stencil. This is an art inspiration stencil. Now, when you're using your stencils for techniques, you need to feel them because one side of your stencil will have little ridges because it's how it's cut with the lasers. and the other side of your stencil will be smooth. So you need to find the side that is smooth. So for me, I know it's this side, and that's the side you want against whatever you're using, because that will give you a nice smooth line on there. If you imagine, if you've got those ridges, even though they're tiny, they're holding it off the paper a bit, and you don't want that. You want to have a nice smooth seal. Just putting a bit more tape because my tape has died. There you go. Oh, well, maybe it just doesn't. Oh, it's because it's silicone matte, Rachel. Right, hang on. Let's move the silicone matte because I want to tape this down on here before I do anything. There we go. And then I'm going to spray water through the stencil. And the great thing about these inks is that they are water activated, and you can keep, look at the state of my hands, you can keep reactivating them. So you can dry them and reactivate them and dry them and reactivate them, and on and on and on. So you can do loads. Oh, I wanted to do this with paper, I forgot. Oh dear me, Rachel, you are not thinking tonight. I know. Right, so there you go. So I wanted to do that with paper because that would have been rather nice to have. I'm going to just do a bit more water before I take this off. I'm just really pushing down to. Now you could do this and let it sit for a while, and you would get even more of an effect. I'm going to go again. You would get even more of an effect if you just let it sit for a little while before you take off the ink. There we go. All right, let's see what we've got. Not a lot. Oh, there's a little bit. There is a little bit. Thank goodness. That was going to be deeply upsetting then. Yeah, there's a little bit of a reaction there that we've got with the ink lifting, which I really like. So I'm going to try that again. Oh, you can see the pattern coming out a bit more now it's drying. Again, with all of these things, if you leave them to dry in their own time, you do get much better effects. So there we are. That's that one that I've done with lifting the ink as well as putting a resist to the ink. And then what I want to do is I want to add, I'm going to add more. Why not? Why not? More is more. So I've got my paper, it's nearly dry, it'll be okay. And I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? Should I use this one? Yes, let's use this one. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use this stencil, and I'm going to I'm going to use some, this is modelling paste, texture paste. You could use, oh, there's all different brands out there. There's Samperia, I've got one, haven't they? They're soft paste. I'm looking for my spatula. Oh, come on now. Where are you hiding? There you are. Right, so I've got a spatula and I can, let's put a little bit of this on here. Now I'm not looking for a full, I don't need a full coverage, I don't think that's what I want. I just want a bit of coverage, just an accent. So I'm bringing this round. A little bit more, not much more though, I don't think. Okay, that's done. Let me get my stencil. Let's give this spatula a wipe a minute. Yeah. Okay, so this is the texture paste I've used on there. I'm going to chuck that in a bowl of water. Oh, the paper out of there, because that's not where that belongs. And then I'm going to take one of the embossing powders, I think. Let's go with, I'm going to do a mixture actually. So let's grab a piece of paper. I'm going to put some of the sparkly blue because it's insanely sparkly. There we go. It is insanely sparkly. Now I could tip this off now and go, you know, put that in the thing and then go for the next colour. But I'm going to just carry on because I've got a little pot of mixed colours that I use, and I quite like it. So these will go in my little mix pot. So I'm just putting this on top of here. There we go. This sparkly gold is so sparkly. All the sparkly ones are sparkly. Have I mentioned it? Yes, I think you have, Rachel. There we go. Right, I think that's everything that needs to be covered. Let me find my little mixture pot. There we go. Yes, I've got all sorts in this little pot, and so it makes for really interesting embossing when I use it. Right. There we go. Oh, that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. Let's get that in there. There we go. Oh, it does look like she's having fun camping, isn't she? Yes, she definitely looks like it. Right, so now we're going to get this Now, as we heat this, different modelling pastes react differently to the heat, and some bubble up, some don't. They all do different things, and we'll see what this one will do. I think we're just getting a slight bubble, but nothing terribly exciting or worrying. There we go. Oh yes, that's quite bubbly there. Oh wow. Yeah, we are getting a bubble, but it's okay. It's nice. It's working very nicely. I'm just going to go behind as well, because obviously we've got that paste on there, and I want to make sure that it's dried before I start doing anything else. Are you dry? Dare I? Yeah, I think you're dry. You are dry, right. So there we go. We've used the embossing powders, and we've used the inks, and we've got quite a nice looking background going on there. I quite like that. I think that way. Then what I'm going to do to just kind of edge it or finish it off, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just looking for my, I think that one is good. Just getting a bit of Uncharted Mariner, and I'm going to go around the edge. There we go. Got a bit of tape. Just taking that around the edge. Now I could put any, if you like using the, walnut stain or something like that, use that. But I just think by putting something around the edge, you sort of give it a bit of a vignette type. Oh, I've just caught a little bit of embossing powder, but it's fine. Yeah, I think you draw the eye to the centre when you make the edges darker, I think, personally. Now I've got a little circle there of white card, which I think works quite nicely. And if I had, let's see, it's quite tempting to cut those off and use those, but I'm not going to, because I want to show you something with those now. Now, I've cut out loads of these little bits and bobs from the new stamps, and I'm just looking to decide. No. I quite like her on there, actually. I think she's quite good. But right, I'm going to use the rest, a couple more of those in a minute. But there you go. So, and then I would put a sentiment across there. So that's one background with her. I'm going to put that together properly afterwards. Now I want to show you. Let's do another pretty. So I've stamped this. This is the, oh, is it Into the Forest? It's Into the Forest. Oh, come on, Rachel, names. Oh, I can't find it because it's right beside me, that's why. It's A Forest of Shadows. That's what it is. It's the Forest of Shadows stamp. And there's absolutely loads of elements on there. It's packed. But so I've stamped this house, and then instead of stamping these around it, like you can stamp them directly around it. I've done them like this because I want to adhere them so that I want to add some little people, because I think they would be really cool on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a background around here first. Let's think. Let's take a little bit of this Uncharted Mariner, and we'll just add this. I'm going to use some of those dewdrops on here as well, which is another reason I didn't stamp around, because I want to have the dewdrops sort of poking out a bit. I don't, I want them to look as if they're part of it. So I've done that, and I'm going to take some ground espresso. So that's really dark brown now, and I'm going to just bring that in off the edge. And don't panic if it doesn't blend beautifully, because we're going to do some more colour lifting on there. So it will be fine. Yeah, I could probably do with putting a new sponge on here. Oh, hi, Jan, lovely. Nice to see you. I hope you're okay. It's nice to see you. So I'm just edging this. And again, I've stamped this in that, that lovely Portobello ink, because it's just so blooming nice. So I've got that, and then I'm going to use this little mask, and there's another one I might use too, but let's start with this one. So again, I'm feeling to see where the edges of the cut are, and they're on the bottom side. So I'm going to spray water on this top side of the stencil or mask or whatever you want to call it, and I'm popping that on there. And I'll get a bit of kitchen roll. There we go, a bit of kitchen roll. Push down. And then lift that up. And lift the wet ink off as well. If you leave it to dry naturally, you don't have to worry about lifting the ink so much. But because I'm wanting to do everything all at once, I have to do it this way. So let's see. Let's put that one there like that. And I think it creates such a nice effect. It really bleaches out. There we go. And I could stamp this. I could stamp these leaves I'm lifting onto another piece of paper and get a really nice effect from that as well. But unfortunately, time is getting the better of me, so I need to just focus on one thing. There we go. And lift that again. So I think that works really nicely. And this is part of a set of stencils and masks, art inspiration ones. I'm just putting a few little splashes of water as well, because I can. And I just really like that effect. There we go. So we've got quite a nice background going on there now. Oh, thank you, David. Thank you. Yeah, it's one of my favourite things to do. This is. I think it's just one of those things that's really quick and really effective. So I've cut these bits out and I'm going to pop them on here. I'm just sort of lining them up with the little marks on there. And I'm going to use a little bit of silicone. What is it? Silicone? I don't know. Glue gel, isn't it? That's what they call it. I'm going to use some glue gel just to give me a little bit of dimension, because I want to stick my dewdrops on. So I'm just lining this up as well as I can. There. Bring that down a bit. Yes, that's working. And we're going to put some of the little... now, someone was telling me that the gnomes, gonks and trolls, it varies on whether you can see their eyes or not. So I don't know how it works, and I'm not sure what these are, but I know they're cute. I don't know what they are though, other than cute. Right, let's try and get that in the right place-ish. There we go. So I've got that on there, and I can trim that up to make it look a little bit more central, because I'm sort of slightly off, or not, you know. I mean, it's really personal preference, isn't it? And I thought, let's have a look. Come here, little creatures, because there was one in particular that I thought looked like he lived in this house. No, not you. Is it you? No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Who lives in a house like this? Oh, I quite like him. Look at that. Okay, so I mean, they just work, don't they? I mean, they work with loads of the other art inspiration stamps. I think he's really cute as well. Have we got one facing the other way? I think we have. We've got... Oh, yes. Oh, I really like that. But do I want that one? Or do I want that one? I quite like him with his cup of whatever. He's really cute. Right, well, we'll think about that. And while I'm thinking about it, this cat. I mean, you could stick all sorts in there, couldn't you? Right, let's put those over there because I want to finish doing this for you. So let's put the lid on the glue. That's a good idea. Right, dewdrops. I'm thinking, I don't know, not the yellow, not the blue. Green's a possibility, and so is the red. And there is, of course, there is the clear, but let's have a look at the red on here. I need a pair of tweezers, don't I? Let's get a pair of tweezers, because these are fiddly little things, and I've got sausage fingers, so it's going to be much easier to use a pair of tweezers. Yeah, now I was thinking I wanted to just sort of tuck them, not that much in, tuck them so they look like they were sort of part. That's the red. Let's see what the green looks like. Oh, hi, Patricia. Lovely to see you. I know Stephanie. He's got his hot chocolate and he is so cute. I've done them in lots of different colours. Oh, do you know, I think actually I really like the green. I really like the green, so I'm going to use the green. Let's do that. Right, you get in the pot. And let's use some glue. Let's get you off a minute. Glue, 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 glue. Now, you could go wild and use a spot of stickles, couldn't you? If you glue them with a spot of stickles, because the stickles is actually a really good glue, and then you'd get extra sparkle going on, wouldn't you? Let's see. No, I haven't. I was messing about with these, and I didn't clean the nozzles. That's a very good tip actually to remember, is when you use your stickles, when you've finished using them, give the nozzles a little clean, a little wipe, so that you don't end up going back to a stuck stickles. A stuck stickles. But if you find that your stickles clogs, because they can do from time to time, because they're a glue product and that's what glue products do from time to time. If you find yours does do that, what you can do is you can pull the nozzly bit off. It's quite firmly on there, but you can pull it off, and then once you've pulled it off, you can put your pokey tool through it, or give it a rinse through, and then then that'll work perfectly again. Sometimes they do just need a little clean through. Oh, I really like these little green doodads on here. They are lovely. Well, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's do 7. It's got to be an odd number, you see, because I like things to be an odd number. So I've got my little spots of stickles to pop them on. there. You cheeky little doodad. There we go. Oh, I like that. I like the little pretties. Can you see them? I hope you can see them. They're just a really nice little accent. I really like that. So that's that. And we are up to 8 o'clock now. So I should probably stop. I was going to do one more little background for this one, but it is 8 o'clock and it is really hot. And I don't want to. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Lovely to see you. It is 8 o'clock and I really don't want to keep you sitting here for too long. I don't want to keep me sitting here for too long either because I'm melting. So I'm probably going to leave it at that, and I'll stick some pictures in the group once I've finished these. I'll map them up and finish them off and stick them in the group for you to see. And don't forget those fabulous bundles that our lovely Mandy has put together. Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Arwen. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, thanks, Lucy. That's really kind of you. Yeah, the Christmas tree. Now you see, I'll just show you quickly. That's stickles on there, and on this star, just little accents of stickles. So, oh, what's happening with my books there? There we go, back on the shelf. But yeah, lots of fun with those stamps. They're one of those sets of stamps that you can spend such a long time playing with them, which is why I did this before going live, because I thought, if I do that while we're live, we'll be here for 2 hours before I finish that, because they're just, I get so engrossed in it. It's a little world, isn't it? Anyway, right, stop babbling, Rachel, and say goodbye. Oh, Julie, it's my pleasure. Sarah, it's my pleasure. Bye. Everybody keep cool, keep hydrated. Yes, yeah. Take advantage of the bundles because they're there for 24 hours, and they're those sort of things. What do you call them? They're consumables, aren't they? They're consumables that you're always going to need. So grab them while they're at this great price. Thank you again, and it's my pleasure, Mandy, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.